That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, that don't sound right, send us a comment. You're one of us. So they're not riding on the bicycle anymore. They're just flying behind the bike in the harness.
I thought you were going to put it on a drone, but you're just saying let it fly with its wings.
Yeah, right. No, let it do the
ahead or behind the bike, depending on how fast you're going.
Welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-hosts. I'm Peter Millen.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're just having a conversation here. Someone's going to bring something up tonight, I think, and we're going to need help. And that's why I'm happy to welcome listener number one, Scott.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Excited. Don't know what tonight's going to be about, but looking forward to it.
Well, we need your expertise.
I think Cecil feels that your expertise will come in handy.
Okay.
My expertise will not come in handy.
Okay.
Your expertise was called into action today, though, by a listener who wants to talk about we'll leave it unnamed for now.
Okay.
But it's something that pertains to trucks.
Okay. All right. We'll bring that in. Well, for now, what do you got?
Some of you may know that Scott is a bee farmer.
Bee farmer?
Is that a beekeeper?
Beekeepers.
Beekeeper, that's right.
Traditional terminology.
Again, folks, we're not Googling anything around here.
A beekeeper. I knew as soon as that came out of my mouth like that, I said, that does not sound right.
That's right. I think we can stop the episode right here.
45 seconds in.
45 seconds in. Yeah, so you're a beekeeper. In fact, you've rescued a few hives now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to do a cutout tomorrow morning.
A cutout?
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Bees. A cutout is when bees have taken up residency in usually a structure, a home, typically, and they're not wanted. It's not like a swarm that's in transit. They have made a home.
Oh, man.
In somebody's house, and then we go and get them out.
Who's we?
Me, and it's who my mentor in the beekeeping world when I took the class. I was assigned a mentor, and I fell into one of these opportunities and called her, and we've become this little team that go out and get bees.
Are you going to charge for this service?
We do. We don't charge to go get a swarm, but for cutouts we do charge.
No kidding. Now, is this going to be? So you going to do some damage? Do you have to
Yes.
Oh, really?
Almost always.
Is there a sawzall involved?
Sometimes.
I like it.
Oh, nice. So who taught you how to do the cutout? Like, I understand getting a swarm out of a tree, but who taught you how to do like the stretching part of it?
YouTube. And you just kind of size it up. They're all different. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're not easy, and you just most of the ones I've done, we've gone in from the inside, so you're cutting into drywall or plaster and getting to them. Sometimes you have to access from the outside. I think tomorrow's will be that.
Oh, wow.
So when you're cutting into the drywall, do you know where the bees are?
Yes.
What do the bees do when you start cutting into their home?
At first, not much.
Really?
They just note that you're there.
They don't start swarming and attacking?
No, typically not.
Huh.
So what we do is so you cut the hole,
right?
And there's if you've done your research right, we've got a heat sensing camera, so we know where they are based on the heat signature. Yeah. And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
This is a whole episode.
It may be a whole episode right here. We might not even get to the topic.
Don't even know what the topic is. Yeah. So we cut in, and so normally if we hit it right, there's comb there, and there's bees in it.
Right.
So what we do is one by one take out the chunks of comb.
Yeah.
And we rubber band it into the frames that go into like a regular hive.
Yeah.
So it allows them if there's brood, eggs, the nurse bees will want to stay with that.
Okay.
And we're looking for the queen the whole time. So we put them in the frames, and we go on to the next one, and we put it in the frames. It's kind of a slow, tedious, especially if it's hard to get to.
Yeah.
And then we have a bee vacuum. And you're getting some of the bees with the comb, but there's a
Right.
lot of bees typically, and so you start vacuuming them.
Wow.
Into the hive?
No, so it goes into a bucket. It's a really low powered like shop vac.
A bee bucket?
A bee bucket, yes.
I would expect a bee farmer to carry a
Bee farmer has a bee bucket.
Yes. And
along with the
and you're looking
bee vacuum.
we would definitely want to get the queen. You hope to get her unhurt and not vacuumed. You clip her if you can.
Yeah.
But
what do you do?
well, there's a clip that you can put her in, and she can't get out. But she's
man, this is going to fit in so well with what we're talking tonight.
But there's holes in it, so
Okay.
the pheromone she's releasing. So you put that clip down into the hive, and they'll all
Oh, no kidding. All right.
want to come to her.
All right.
How do you? Is just the queen bigger than the other?
Yes, bigger and looks different. Yeah.
Where's the crown?
Well, they don't have a crown.
So
Is this one of your bits?
no,
Oh, I didn't get it. Sorry. That's a good one, Cecil.
I'm just working
Working some material.
I'm working out new material. So
Do you remember? You remember the name of that episode?
the for the comedy,
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top
The
of my
name of
head.
the episode?
Oh, you're not funny.
You are not funny.
You are not funny. that was not good. But for some reason, I just could not let it go. So, are you suited up at this point?
Yes, typically suited up.
So the traditional beekeeper garb.
Yeah. So, yeah. It all depends on how hot it is and how brave I feel.
Right.
Or no, let me rephrase that. How hot it is and how stupid I am.
I got you. I'm checking you out. I don't see many sting marks on
They
you.
don't last long. That's the only reason.
All right.
Well, that's one of your talents, but the other
Right.
talent is you're also a chicken farmer, and farmer is the proper term, I think. You're
think
not
so.
a chicken keeper.
Chicken keeper.
A coop keeper.
No, I do keep and farm and raise chickens.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Another skill, listener number one, I knew
Yeah.
not about.
Yes. So this is what we want to talk. That's why you're here tonight. Is not because of your beekeeping abilities, but your chicken farming.
Okay.
So this topic tonight comes from a 14-year-old friend of my daughter.
Okay.
So a 14-year-old girl who I think occasionally listens with her parents.
Well, welcome.
But she had to do a commercial for a it was like a school project or it was a camp project, and in the commercial she had to use every type of sales technique that they had learned about during the class.
Okay.
And so like a high pressure sales pitch, and then sales pitch that was playing on your emotions, like a limited supply, everything that you kind of see on TV.
It's like manipulation 101.
Right. Yeah, it was like she had to. But the product that she was pitching was a real product. And the video is, I wish we could put it up on Instagram or something. The video is hilarious.
All right.
She gets her sister involved. She gets different people involved. But the product was a real product that is available. And this is what it was. It is a hen harness. Are you familiar with these?
Oh, man.
I don't think
Wait,
so.
this is a real product.
A real product.
So maybe, depending on
Yeah, go ahead.
depending on how it's used, I might be.
So a hen harness is a harness that you put on your chicken.
Specifically a hen.
Well, it could be a rooster too.
Wouldn't it be a rooster?
But I think hen harness makes it sound more marketable. It's an alliteration there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's work with this. Poultry harness. So that's no. Chicken harness.
Nope.
No. Roost harness.
Yeah.
No.
Hen harness.
Hen harness.
Ding ding ding.
I'm not seeing anything better.
Yeah. So a hen harness is like I said, is a harness with a clip on it, so you can harness your chicken and walk it.
Oh my!
No, I don't have a hen harness. Nor have I ever walked a chicken.
You've never walked a chicken?
No.
So this evidently is a thing that you can buy them. They come in all different sizes, shapes, and colors, and it's specifically so you can walk your chicken.
That don't sound right.
And it's a way to like safely exercise them without.
Oh, now we gotta exercise.
Right.
So if you can't free range the
So you
chicken,
can't free range the chickens because you have free ranged your chickens to.
They tend to free range into the neighbors' yards.
Well, also there's predators.
There are predators,
Right.
yeah.
And so I have. My grandfather's raised chickens. I have my brother raised chickens.
did you raise chickens in Cary?
I did not raise chickens in Cary.
Because I'm just starting to feel like you're putting on the Carhartt jacket.
I did not raise chickens.
Here
in
we
Cary.
go.
But and so I know that predators will get you chickens.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard some crazy stories.
Yeah.
So this is so you can have your chickens out and feel safe about what they're doing.
Dude, so you would think I would know this, but
Right.
will a chicken
walk?
walk where you want it to walk?
Yeah, will it heal?
Or heal? Yeah.
I don't
respond?
know. I think it's just so you're kind of with them. No, I don't know. I know nothing. I think I've told you.
Are there any
everything I know.
leash laws for chickens?
Now, I did see something loosely related recently. It's not a product, and it's not for exercise, but it is for locomotion of a chicken.
All right.
You can, it looks like fairly easily train your chicken to ride on the handlebars of your bicycle.
Oh, okay.
So
Is
you
there a trainer for that?
No, it's a method. So you just take your chicken. If it's comfortable, you holding them, and a lot of them are.
Right.
You just sit it on the handlebars, just standing there on the bike.
The
And you
chicken
get it-
will grab
Yeah,
on.
they'll grab on and perch there.
Are the talons sharp?
They can be, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, they just wrap them around the handlebars, and then when everything's comfortable, you just start walking the bike. And if
Okay.
it gets excited, you slow it back down and let it stop. And just get it used to motion on the bike.
All right.
And then once it's used to motion, you can just hop on and ride, and you can have your chicken riding on your handlebars of your bike.
So
which
what?
a lot of people want to do.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
A lot, as in
The person
Dozens?
on YouTube, but I saw
Now,
the TikTok guy.
my granddaddy CA, he had a chicken that would like come up to him. And I know a lot of chicken farmers that have that. Like now he was not like a hobby farmer. I mean, he had a lot of chickens.
right.
But there was like one in particular one that would come up, like eat from his hand or something like that.
Well, there it is. They can be trained with food, I've learned.
Yeah. But why would you train one to ride a bike?
But for the comedy
Just
effect.
have the
Okay,
chicken.
all right.
I would think a guy in the comedy business would like to show up at the comedy club on a bike with a chicken.
Bike and chicken on it.
Now, you're moving into props now. I like
The whole comedy club thing, I think, is spiraling away from me because I'm getting requests from far-flung states to be here on whenever I go over to Brewer's Kettle.
Oh, see, they're going to love you there
At Brewer's Kettle?
because you bring in a crowd.
and a chicken
That's right.
on a bike.
Bringing a chicken on a bike.
Or just bring them on a leash.
Maybe
On a
or a
harness.
leash or a harness,
Yeah.
a hen harness.
So tell me about what do you know about the leash system for walking a chicken? Is it one of those kind that it can run out and then you can mash the button and you can reel that sucker in?
I hadn't thought about that, but you could put one of those on there. So I think it's really made for like the chicken hobbyist.
As opposed to the
It's to be like where you like the production
eater?
Well, like
You're not out walking your 7,000
right individually,
chickens.
right. So I think it's more for like the backyard chicken farmer,
Okay.
who is a little afraid for their chicken to
Free range.
free range and doesn't want them to get eaten, and so you put the harness on and you're out with them. I guess you could harness a bunch of chickens.
Well, I
at
was
one
thinking
time.
maybe this is a job for someone.
Harness them together.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're just gonna walk each other.
You know how there's dog walkers. You see dog walkers out with 8 dogs on 8 leashes.
Yeah,
You could walk all 8 chickens.
Huh.
Now, tell me about your chicken farming. Is this for pets or is this for food?
For eggs.
For eggs.
And for frustration.
And for what?
Frustration.
Frustration?
I've been doing this for 10 or 12 years.
Oh, you still do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got 4 currently.
All right.
And every year to 2, if I'm lucky, something gets in and wipes them all out. Some predator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like what kind of what are
Well, I know.
the predators of
I
your
know.
place?
Pretty sure I've had foxes get them.
Right.
They'll they'll just disappear, and you'll see a hole under the fence that they've dug down.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure raccoons and possums will kill them.
Well,
Skunks will kill them.
I would think I was surprised to hear opossums will.
Yeah. The last ones I had, 4 were killed in one night, all their heads removed.
What?
Which is a sign of raccoons, I'm told.
What?
Yeah.
A raccoon?
Yeah.
Just eating the heads?
Yeah. And I hear skunks will just get in. They're coming after the eggs, but they'll also just kill the chickens, and leave them.
That's and you get attached to. Do you get attached to your chickens?
No.
You don't get attached to them?
No.
Do you have family members that get attached to your chickens?
At times.
Yeah.
Names? Chickens have names?
At times.
Okay.
If you name a chicken, you're gonna harness that chicken.
And you're going to put them on a bike.
Yeah. They're going to be on a bike.
So have you done the bike thing?
No, but I just saw this in the past week or two.
Okay,
I'd like
all right.
to try it.
I think we absolutely have to try putting a chicken on a bike.
Well, I didn't realize
now.
we had a chicken farmer in town, so who still has chickens. I've known plenty of people who've had chickens.
Yeah.
But like you,
So I had the best
they've lost them.
chickens I'd ever had last year. This time, they were laying one a day, more eggs than I could use, and I was giving eggs away, and it was great.
How many chickens were there?
I think I had, I don't remember. I had 4 or 5.
All right.
And so I would let them. I had to have a coop, and then they have a yard they can play in. Get their free range exercise. Yeah.
Right, without a harness. This is
Without a
harness-free chickens.
Harness-free chickens, yes.
Free range, harness free.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if I don't shut them up at night, 9 out of 10 times it's fine. And then that 10th night, that's what happened. Something I didn't kill them. Immediately, like 2 weeks later, price of eggs just skyrocketed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sitting on a gold mine.
I was sitting on a gold mine and I let it go, and I felt bad. So I got some more chicks this year.
Uh-huh.
But you get exotics sometime, right?
No,
I mean, you get some fancy chickens.
I get pretty boring chickens.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I've had a couple that are, a few that are prettier than others, but my go-to is a crossbred between a Rhode Island Red and something else that they're very good layers, very friendly.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably wear a harness well.
Hopefully they heal.
Ride a bike.
Yeah.
Respond to their name.
No, but I've never had that. We'll see.
Well, now I may have told this story on That Don't Sound Right before. In fact, I know I did. But I'll make this just a reminder. It was we were talking about the woody chicken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I think the chicken harness could help fix the woody.
You think?
Yeah, well, because if you exercise them, and they're
You think it's
kinda,
woody because they don't get enough exercise?
Well, I think you end up with woody chicken because of the growth hormones, and they overgrow.
Maybe.
And so, because we had some chickens that were obviously for meat.
Yeah.
Because they could barely walk.
Was I on one of those episodes? Because I remember thinking a lot about the woody chickens.
Yeah. No, you may have heard it or been on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you had a well-exercised chicken.
I think you sent an email.
Maybe that was
I think you sent an email.
That might be one of the first emails. We were like, "What are you guys doing?"
That was early on.
Well, we really didn't discuss words of wisdom, but I think if you have chickens in a high predator area, we highly recommend using a harness. Maybe we can get the chicken harness people to sponsor an episode.
That'd be a big ask.
That would be a big ask. But we do have a real sponsor, a real advertiser on our on That Don't Sound Right now, and that's Wonderfully Made Designs, small business specializing in custom-made T-shirts and decals. Contact Casey on Facebook at Wonderfully Made Designs 139.14.
I like to point out that the numbers do matter.
139.14. Use your code TDSR10 for 10% off your first offer.
Will it work for their second order?
I don't know. I haven't. I need to ask Casey.
No, you should go buy something twice.
Right. I'd placed my first order with Casey.
Okay. Did you use the code?
I didn't use code.
What?
I should have. I didn't know if I could use the code being part of it since I'm an employee at TDSR.
Yeah, probably
Conflict of
not.
interest,
It's probably not open to employees.
For the record, Casey, I'm not an employee. So
No, you are.
You're 100%.
You're 100% staff. What are you talking about?
The other thing is we've got The Raw coming up, Run Against Hunger, and that's October 21st. We will have a table.
I've heard you're going to have a booth there.
Yeah, we're hoping you're going to be there signing autographs.
Oh, well, if anybody wants one, I'll sign it.
All right, good.
I am hoping I get to sign at least one autograph at the.
You might.
Will you sign my hat?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Good deal.
yeah. So, anything wrapping up? I think we've come to the end of the chicken harness episode.
Hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. But, hey, before
Before we finish it up, that you almost have a bee harness because of the clip for the.
It is.
Oh, that's
what made me think of
You're
it. It's
right.
like you
It
have this
is.
little clip. You're not walking the queen around,
No.
but you clip her.
You
and
walk
then-
with the queen, conceivably.
Right. Yeah.
well, you could put her on your handlebars and have a swarm follow you around.
So have you seen the pictures of the guys with the bee beards?
Yes.
That's what they do. They have the queen in a cage of some kind or clip, around their, like on their chin, and the bees just gather around.
That's how they do that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. There used to be a TV show called Real People in the 70s. Do you remember that?
No.
Real
And they would,
yes,
yeah,
I
and
do
they would
remember
just
that.
do these kind of off the wall stories. And I remember they had a guy that would cover himself in bees.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That's how they get them to do that.
I was like, that has got to be. That's like noodling and then covering myself in bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't hear last week's episode on noodling,
Go back to it.
go back to it. No, the last week's episode was
Stay in your lane.
Dog and H.
Oh, right. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
But yeah, there's I happen to know there was a listener wrote in an email on the
Dog and
noodling.
H. Oh, and we need to go back and look at the.
You need to go
emails.
back and read your emails.
We did. We also got I got a comment this week on your Dog and H.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, a friend of mine really enjoyed that episode.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
All right.
I just want to say I enjoyed you guys getting tangled up on right-hand drive versus left-hand drive.
Well, I was like, which side do we drive on in America? I mean, it took me a minute to think about it.
Because you just can't say passenger or driver side.
No,
you got to be specific.
So
Well, it don't sound right, but I think you've come to the end of another That Don't Sound Right. Scott, thanks for bringing both your bee farming and your chicken farming expertise
Chicken keeping.
to the table. Chicken keeping.
Well, I'm looking forward to see this chicken harness, and to see maybe can we fly a chicken with the chicken harness on it.
You know what you could do?
That'd be the most fun for me. Instead of flying a kite, I'm gonna go fly my chicken.
What if you had the chicken flying and attached them to the bicycle? So they're not riding on the bicycle anymore. They're just flying behind the bike in the harness.
I thought you were going to put it on a drone, but you're just saying let it fly with its wings.
Yeah, right. No, let it do the work.
Ahead or behind the bike, depending on how fast you're going. You could actually do, now that I thought, did you do the triathlon last weekend?
No.
You could do a triathlon with a chicken if you had a chicken in a harness.
You could.
I'm not sure how
Can
you do the swim.
How do you do the swim part?
I don't know how you do the swim. I'm thinking about it, but you could train the chicken to be on the bike.
I think that would.
And then run with the chicken on the harness.
I think you should train with the chicken before you commit to the triathlon.
Well, Rocky trained with the chicken. That's how Mick got him to be so
I
fast.
thought that was a side of beef.
Well, he threw the punches, but then Mick had Rocky chase a chicken around the yard. That's how he got so
I
fast.
remember that.
Yeah, that's how Rocky got so fast.
Well, this might be a new class in the marathon.
I think I should start a gym. I got chickens. I got bees. We could get some action out of people.
Men 50 and older with a chicken.
Yeah.
You could win your class. Well, before we close, we want to thank everyone for listening, especially to this week's episode. Hey, if this is your first time and you enjoyed the conversation, will you consider hitting the subscribe button on the app that you're using to listen to us? Also, consider giving us a rating or leave us a review.
I'd love to know how many people actually made it to the end of this episode.
Our metrics don't tell us how if they make it through.
Make it all the way to the end. So That Don't Sound Right is a production of TDSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I am your co-host and sound engineer, Cecil. Your other host is Peter, and he also does our web design. Thank you, Peter, for that. Our barista is Camille. Emily is our graphic designer. Ella does our Instagram. And if you haven't been on Instagram recently, I haven't talked to you about this, but I've been doing some shorts on Instagram, some reels on how to break in your That Don't Sound Right hat.
Did catch one of those.
That's right.
I got one coming up. Giorgio tests our merchandise. Brent is not just our brand ambassador, but our international
There we go.
brand ambassador. And as always, our beekeeper in charge of the beekeeping and chicken farming is listener number 1, Scott.
Scott.
So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.